I don't know about you, but most people are not comfortable with being searched. Especially when the search is done by someone they are not familiar with. Unless, if the search is done by someone you find sexy, and you're longing for his or her touch. Welcome back to the Jurist Prudence channel. A roaring shout out to new subscribers. Thank you for choosing me to be your law buddy. Please feel at home, like, share and comment. We cannot emphasize enough on how thankful we are for your love. If you have just discovered us, please subscribe, like and share. We will be very happy to have you in our circle. Today, let's talk about search and seizure. If you have been with us for a while, you know that rights have limitations. If you don't know, do not panic. We cannot say search and seizure infringes on our rights to privacy, dignity and security because Section 36 of the Constitution allows for rights to be limited by reasonable and justifiable limitations imposed by law of general application. The Criminal Procedure Act 51 of 1977 embodies the general provisions with regard to searching. It is well known from movies and soapies that police officials need a warrant to search and seize articles. However, in certain circumstances the delay of searching pending upon a warrant defeats the object of the search. Thus, Section 22 authorizes police officials to search any person or container, or premises for the purpose of seizing articles without a warrant. Only under these following circumstances. 1. If the person concerned consents to the search for and the seizure of the article in question, or if the person who may consent to the search of the container or premises consents to such search, and the seizure of the article in question. 2. Or if a police official on reasonable grounds believes that a search warrant will be issued to him, if he applies for such warrant, and that the delay in obtaining such warrant would defeat the object of the search. Also, if a police official is not readily available, any person including you, who is lawfully in charge or occupation of any premises and who reasonably suspects that stolen stock or produce, or an article is on or in the premises concerned, may conduct a search, seize and deliver such item to a police officer. In case you are wondering, articles are anything believed to be concerned in the commission or suspected commission of an offense, anything which may afford evidence of the commission or believed to be intended to be used in the commission of an offense. For example, a knife or a gun. According to Section 28 of the Criminal Procedure Act, a police official who acts contrary to the authority of a search warrant or who, without being authorized, searches any person or container or premises or seizes or detains any article, such officer shall be guilty of an offense and liable on conviction to a fine not exceeding R600 or to imprisonment for a period not exceeding 6 months. In S.V. Boshoff and others 1981, 5 applicants were accused of contravening this section. They were accused for entering and searching the complainant's premises, without the necessary authority. In this case, applicants did not seek a warrant. During trial, they presented evidence that they believed they would have been successful in applying for a warrant, and that delay in obtaining the warrant would have defeated the search object. Moreover, the state was unable to prove beyond reasonable doubt that any of the appellants in fact searched the premises. The last matter which needed to be resolved was the one of entry. Section 27 of the Criminal Procedure Act authorizes the use of force only in the case of a police official who is lawfully entitled to search the property. Even if this did not apply, it appeared that the applicants did not first audibly demand admission to the premises, and notify or inform complainants about the purpose of which they sought to enter the premises. Since Section 28 does not stipulate that it is a criminal offense if the police official enters into a premise without giving a reason, the appellants were acquitted, as no crime in terms of Section 28 had been committed. The judge made an obiter dictum. He said in passing that the police officials could be charged with trespassing or malicious injury to property. Thank you for watching. Forever your law buddy, until the jury do us apart.